Good evening, everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. I wanted to do today's pick a card on something kind of relatively simple, relatively common, just because I want to start small to get back into it. So we just have 3 piles, 4 different decks, and 1 card from each deck. Nothing too complicated, nothing too difficult, nothing too lengthy. Hopefully, I imagine the video will be somewhat short. I just want to kind of have a couple test videos, if you will, doing pick a cards, just to make sure I'm getting the lighting right, the camera right, etc., etc. So, welcome to today's reading. So this pick a card is, how does your person feel about you? Now this person could be a crush, it could be a romantic partner, it could be a family member, it could be a boss, a coworker, whoever you're thinking of. We're looking at how do they feel about you. I'll try to be as both specific and vague as I possibly can, so it is as relevant to however many different situations there are. But with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't rather. If I'm talking about how in love with you they are, and you're asking about how your manager feels about you, if that's not the situation, don't think that's what I mean. Maybe it's more they adore your work ethic, or they're proud of you, or impressed by you. And likewise, if I talk about how much they hate you, which I doubt I would ever say in a reading, but hypothetically, and you're asking about how your best friend feels about you, that probably isn't quite what's meant there. So just make sure you're taking what resonates and not getting too upset or confused if it doesn't really make sense for your situation. So we have pile 1, the quite sharp point of obsidian. When my friend gave this to me, she had a little note attached that said, "Be careful, obsidian is sharp," and then I followed up with cutting my finger on it, so she knows me well. Next we have this pretty crystal. I'm not always the best at identifying crystals. I'm hoping the camera will learn to focus rather quickly. And then we have rose quartz, which is one of my favorites. So yeah, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll give you a couple seconds to choose your pile, pause if you need to, choose whatever one calls out to you. Personally, I tend to just rely a lot on whatever crystal I'm finding draws me to it. I can't choose piles without crystals or some other signifier, so if that's how you need to pick it like that. If instead you're just a certain number, 1, 2, or 3 is coming to your mind, choose that number that you're feeling the strongest. Choose it however you need to. And I apologize if you hear any meowing in the background. My cats don't like it when I talk and don't give them attention. I'm just hoping they don't jump up on the coffee table, as I don't want them to burn themselves, but learning experiences, right? Alright, so we'll get started with pile 1. I'll just slide these out of view. Okay, so pile 1, how does your person feel about you? Leave the obsidian up here. So like I said, I've used 4 decks for this. 1 card from each deck. So from the Angel Answers deck, we have Look for a Sign. This is from my Karma cards. These are supposed to be read sign, planet, house. So you're supposed to read 3 different cards at the same time. I'm not going to do that, so. You have the 12th house here. And then from my Fountain Tarot, we've got the 5 of Swords. And for my Everyday Witch Tarot, we have the Page of Cups. All right. So there's a couple different messages coming through here. I'm sensing that there's a chance this person may be a new person, perhaps, in your life. This could be maybe a new romantic crush, it could be a new friend, it could be a new coworker. It just feels new But it also feels like there's a spiritual connection here. It could be someone that you've recently met, but you feel like you've met them or you've known them forever. It could be maybe somebody that you've recently met that you're realizing you actually knew back when you were like 4 years old and you're just reconnecting with now. I am sensing more so that it is a spiritual thing, more of a you felt it forever type thing than you've actually known them forever. With the 12th house, they could have a lot of 12th house placements. They could, your synastry together could have a lot of 12th house energy. Or alternatively, it could just be that they're feeling like what the 12th house symbolizes. And the 12th house in astrology can be defined by a couple different things. It can just be the subconscious. It can represent mental health to some degree. It can represent places where we feel trapped or where we find that we're concealing ourselves. In traditional astrology, the 12th house represents like jails, hospitals, other places like that. I can't think of the word. Institutions, stuff like that. I guess in traditional and horary astrology. Nowadays, or at least in a more modern astrology viewpoint, we just see it more so as where we hide ourselves or where we feel trapped or the subconscious. I say modern astrology, sometimes I just mean my astrology. But either way, so looking at all these cards, the 12th house is also just a spiritual house, which is a partially why I'm getting that sort of, you've known each other for a long time, even if it's just been on a spiritual level. As well as look for a sign there. With look for a sign, it's very much like your guides are saying there's indications you've known them before. However, even with the Page of Cups here, I mean, the Page of Cups to me is always a youthful, creative energy, right? It's somebody who's new at doing something. They're excited to get into it. They're very enthusiastic. They don't care what they're doing, like how it looks like. They just want to do it because it's fun. But that sort of new energy can also come with a couple faults, right? Like, it could be somebody who's trying not too hard, but they're putting too much energy and time into something that isn't good for them, perhaps. And this could be how they're feeling in part with you. I mean, the Five of Swords and 12th house energy has very similar energy to me. The Five of Swords is somebody who's kind of trapped in one place. They're kind of trapped in some sort of predicament. No matter what they do or where they go, there's no good ending for it. There's no right path there. And a lot of times the Five of Swords is someone who's afraid to make that decision. They're afraid to choose what they want to do, so they just stay trapped in a bad situation. Similar to how the 12th house represents what we're trapped by or what we're trapped or how we're trapped. So it could be in part that this person that you're asking about, they could feel trapped almost by you, or they could be just unsure of how they feel about you. You know, they're trying to figure things out. Either they are putting everything into you and just not feeling like you're giving them that much back in return, or alternatively, you're putting everything into them and they're not giving you much back in return, so you're feeling trapped and they're just feeling like the top of the world. Either way, with the look for a sign card, it's almost like it's saying, you know how they feel. You just need to make yourself aware of it. You know, stop running away from how they feel and just acknowledge that that's how they're feeling. A lot of the times we want someone to feel a certain way, so we don't look for any other... I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, we don't look for any other indication that they're feeling something different to how we want them to feel, right? So you want them to feel the same way about you that you do as them, and maybe you're not acknowledging that they don't feel that way because you just don't want it to be true. They could feel trapped by the expectations you have for them. Maybe you expect them to be energetic and youthful and happy all the time, and they know that they're not that person. They know that they're the kind of person who needs to seclude themselves for a little bit to feel better every once in a while, and they feel like you aren't giving them that, so they just feel almost incompatible. Now, of course, this may sound somewhat negative, but there's always a positive here, and that's that there's hope, there's trying. You know, you're trying for something, they're trying for something. There's a reason that if they are feeling this way, they haven't left yet, right? Even if it's just that they're afraid, they still are giving you a chance, still giving you an opportunity. And likewise, if you are the person feeling trapped or feeling like you're not quite compatible, you're there for a reason, right? In most cases, at least. You're trying to make it work for a reason because you have feelings for this person. So you're being given an opportunity here to make a difference. Now, whether you want to put more into the relationship or demand that they give you more in the relationship, whether it's looking like an just honest and deep talk about how everybody's feeling in this situation, or even just opening your eyes a little bit more, seeing what the signs are telling you, seeing what they are telling you. It's important too, if somebody's saying, oh yeah, like I care a lot about you and you mean the world to me, but they're not showing you any indication of that, you can't trust their words, right? You have to trust the things they show you. Now with these cards, it could also just be that their feelings are guarded. Like I said, it could be what I was saying in the beginning, but it could also just be that their feelings are guarded. They aren't showing how they feel. They don't want to show how they feel. They're afraid. Maybe they've been this Page of Cups before. They've opened up. They've jumped right in, feet first. They've done it all, and that's screwed them over in the past. So now they're afraid. They want to get to know you. They want to feel you out. They want to have feelings, whatever they may be for you, but they're so afraid of doing so that they just don't know how to let themselves yet. And it's important for yourself that you know that you don't have to stay in a relationship or stay in a situation where somebody can't be open with you, right? Like, I know that there's kind of I can't think of the word, but we want to stick around and help people who are mentally ill, right? Because we would want the same for ourselves. And of course it's good to do that. However, you still need to put yourself first. If somebody's mental health or somebody's past trauma or somebody's just past in general is interfering with your own ability to feel good about yourself, it's not worth it. So just remember that. If you're on this reading, trying to figure out desperately how they feel about you because they can't show you, even if they have a good reason for it, it's not a good enough reason. You deserve someone who's going to say how they feel about you. Anyway, that's your reading, pile 1. If it resonates, please let me know. If not, let me know as well. I'm open to any and all comments. If you like the video, please leave a like, maybe subscribe if you'd like to, and I will hopefully see you again in the next few days. I'm very excited to get back into recording videos, so if you have any ideas for any sort of content you want to see, please leave a comment as well, letting me know what you want to see. Have a great rest of your day or night or morning or wherever it is, or whatever time it is where you are, and I love you very much. Pile 2. Got this pretty crystal. So we have 4 decks here. We've got the Angel Answers Oracle with helpful people. We've got Venus. This is from my karma cards. They're supposed to be read in 3s with signs, planets, and houses. I'm not doing it that way. So we've got from the karma cards Venus. From my Fountain Tarot, we've got the Hierophant. And for my Everyday Witch Tarot, we have the 3 of Wands. So right away, there's a pretty strong message coming through here. These people are feeling, this person of yours is feeling enamored by you in some sense. You are a dedicated person. You want to help people. You want to take care of people. You want to learn. You want to teach. You want to be involved in their life. And they see this and they absolutely adore it. They enjoy that they can talk to you about whatever they need to. They enjoy that they know that they can come to you for help. They know that they can come to you for advice. They like how open-minded you are. They might find that when they've opened up to other people, those other people didn't quite respond the way they wanted them to, or those other people might have seemed hesitant or just pulled away from them after they opened up, and this has scared them a little bit, right? But when they opened up to you, you were just like, that's cool. I love you anyway. And they're like, whoa, cool. Okay, that's new. I enjoy this. They like the way you make them feel. And they're feeling a very similar way towards you. You know, these are quite positive cards. They want something with you, whether it's just a closer bond, or whether it's a relationship, or whatever it may be. They want something with you. They want something mutual from you that they hope that they can give back to you. I sense here that maybe you're not quite as open with them as they have been with you, and they want you to be more open with them. They want to hear more about your life. Tell them about the deep stuff, and also tell them about the stupid little small stuff, you know? When you stub your toe in the morning, say, hey, I stubbed my toe today, ouch, haha, you know? Like something like that, even though it's stupid and small. You think they don't care. They care. They want to know. They want to know about your life. They want to, when they ask you, or when they see you in the day, you know, they want to say, hey, like, what did you have for breakfast? And they want to know the answer, just because they want to make sure you ate food, for example, or they just want you to feel like they want to be involved in all the different aspects of your life. They care about you. They do care about you a lot. I've always liked this depiction of the Hierophant. The Hierophant in traditional tarot, I believe, is supposed to represent kind of a teacher, a guide, but here I see it more as somebody who's almost a little younger, you know, somebody who's just more eager to learn, and somebody who wants to... Pandora's box, that's the word, that's the phrase that's coming to mind, you know. The Hierophant, to me, in this deck, represents Pandora almost, you know. Curiosity is overwhelming for them. Even if they shouldn't open the box, they're going to anyway, no matter what the outcome is from opening the box. Don't eat my tarot cards, baby. No matter what the outcome is from opening the box, they're still going to be a little bit happy that they opened the box. And that's how they feel about you. They're like, I don't care where this goes or how this ends up. I'm just going to be happy that I've had these moments with them. I'm just going to be happy that I've had this time to cherish with them. Now, if this isn't someone that you're particularly close to, these could be feelings of wanting to be closer with you. These could be feelings of just seeing the way that you interact with others and being like, wow, like I wish I was a part of that. For example, I have this one coworker who like is very close and talks with every other coworker except for me, just because I'm quite standoffish. People sometimes have a hard time not opening up, but talking to me if there's other friendlier people around. So he frequently will talk to everybody else about just life stuff, and I'm like, wow, like, you're a funny and cool person. I want you to also be funny and cool with me. Why can't we have that bond? And that could be the way that this person's feeling about you if you're not very close. They could just be like, wow, like, please be my friend. Please talk to me the way you talk to other people. Even if it's not so much for their sake, they're just like, they just admire you, you know, they just think you're a cool person, and they're like, I just want to know about you because you're a cool person. I want to be a part of your life because you're a cool person. That might sound very childish, but it's a feeling I understand very well. The Three of Wands to me has always been about building something, so I do sense that they want to build some sort of connection with you. No matter, like I said, what that connection may be, they still want to build that bond. And with Venus too, I mean, we associate Venus with love. It's the planet of love and romance. But more so, it's the planet of like happiness. It's the planet of pleasure. It's the planet of what feels good. And in this case, it could mean that they just recognize that you make them feel good. They feel good when they're around you. There's this BoJack Horseman quote when he's talking to Princess Carolyn, and he says something about how she just makes rooms good, you know, like it just seems so much brighter and so much happier when she walks into a room because she just makes them good, right? And that's how they feel about you, even if it's not on a romantic level. It's just like you enter a room and they feel calm, or other people feel calm, and that's a good energy to have. They really like that, and they're like, wow, like I wish I could do that. I wish I knew how to make people feel good the way that you make people feel good. I think that's going to be a reading. I was getting a lot stronger energy from that than I was from pile 1, so that's good, I think, for you guys at least. Pile 1 was kind of hard to read for some reason. Maybe because I'm out of it. Haven't read tarot in a while, but not the point. This was a good reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, leave a comment. If it didn't, please still leave a comment. I love feedback, whether it's good or bad. I am a Cancer, so I might cry over criticism no matter how constructive it is, but that's a personal issue, not one you have to worry about. If you liked the video, please feel free to leave a like, maybe subscribe if you want. I would appreciate that. I am trying to get back into doing videos more, as I was out of it for a long time, so hopefully I will see you in the next few days again. And if you have any video ideas at all, any content you want to see, whether it's a pick a card question that you have, whether it's an astrology or tarot question or a spirituality question, whatever you want to see, let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to make the video for you. So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever time it is where you are, and I love you very much. Pile 3, last pile. We've got the rose quartz here. Okay. Well, we've got the rose quartz here. Lou, let's not jump on the coffee table, please. Nope, that's a candle. That's very hot. Thank you. Sorry for the cat photo bomb, video bomb. Can I say that word on? Okay, that's a stupid question. Never mind. Anyway, so we have 4 cards here from 4 different decks. We've got Peaceful Resolution from my Angel Answers deck. We have Saturn from my Karma cards. These cards are supposed to be read in 3s. They've got the signs, planets, and houses. I'm not doing it that way, so we'll have to deal. We've got Saturn here with the Karma cards, which is interesting already. We've got the 6 of Coins with my Fountain Tarot deck. And we've got my foot falling asleep. And then we have the Ace of Cups here. Alright, interesting. I'm just going to squat for a little bit, I think. There we go. So, with these cards, Peaceful Resolution, Saturn, 6 of Coins, and Ace of Cups. The Coins card representing, of course, Pentacles. This person feels quite cautious about you. Maybe you two were together in the past, or you had some sort of relationship of any kind in the past, and maybe they feel burned by you, or perhaps you feel burned by them. Either way, there may have been some sort of ending. There may have been something that just went a little bit poorly, and they are feeling kind of cautious this time around. They don't know how to navigate the situation necessarily. The way they feel versus the way that they want to feel or the way they want to act may not quite line up. We're looking at somebody who wants to make things better but is also afraid to make things better. Now, if you've never met this person, if you believe in past lives, there's a sense of karma that comes over from our past lives into this one, right? If you believe in that, of course. If not, you can just totally disregard what I'm saying. But if you believe in the idea of past lives, there can be karma that is brought over to this life, and it's important that we deal with that karma. But likewise, this karma can sometimes color situations in shades that we don't expect it to, if that makes sense. So for example, there might be somebody that you meet, and upon first meeting them, even if they're the nicest person ever, and for the rest of your life you click with this person, they're a great person, nothing ever goes wrong. But still, when you first met that person, something felt off. Something felt distrustful. Something felt uncomfortable. For whatever reason, you just, some sort of alarm bell went off inside you. And like I said, even if they were the best person their whole life, and they never did anything wrong to you or to anybody else, you still had this feeling at first. And this could be because you had a bad run-in with them in a past life, right? So the sort of karma from that connection has been brought over into this life and is shading the way you've met this person, you know? Now this, of course, could be called intuition, perhaps, but sometimes it's just karma. It's just weird karma that's been brought over. Now, of course, we don't believe in that. Then it could just be intuition. It could just be something inside them is just telling them that they need to be wary around you for whatever reason. But like I said, if you've never done anything to this person, you've never even met them before, It could be that you've had a run-in in a past life that just wasn't so great, and they're feeling burned from that. Either way, though, they just have this sort of hesitancy around you. They want to make things work, but they don't know how, or they don't even know what they're trying to make work. With Saturn, people sometimes associate Saturn or see Saturn in a sort of negative light. We see it as limits that are forced upon us, restrictions that we have, these big blockages in our life that are difficult to get over. However, Saturn is more so a planet, it's a teaching planet, right? It teaches us to grow, it teaches us how to move on with life, how to overcome the blockages, how to hike up those tough mountains. And it's also the planet of resiliency. This whole reading, like I said, there's a feeling of hesitancy, of kind of being cautious, but there's also a feeling of a lifetime connection with Saturn there. And also the Ace of Cups is a pretty good card as well. But, Saturn is a planet that if we were to look at astrology, and we're trying to figure out if a couple is going to last a long time, looking at their astrology charts, we want to see if their Saturns are being aspected or touched by any other planet in each other's chart. And the more planets that are there, depending of course on how they're touching it, the better the relationship has of lasting a long, long time. So long as the couple can overcome those obstacles that they'll face. So likewise, in this person's feelings for you, if they can jump over this hurdle of hesitancy, of connection, of disconnect rather. My cat is currently dreaming and she's twitching really bad. I'm sorry for the pause there. Cute. Anyway, if they can get over this feeling of disconnect, then they might be able to have a very strong relationship with you, a very strong connection. Now, the Ace of Cups is a card of creation, of healing, but next to the Six of Coins, I'd almost even indicate it as being a card of prosperity, so long as you can overcome the hurdles. So I feel strongly that that's how this person is feeling for you. They feel hesitant to get closer to you, but they are so aware of how much good can come from this connection if they do allow themselves to get over that hurdle. They see that you can be a very intelligent person. Maybe you come across as somebody who's a little bit frugal at times. Maybe you're a little bit mature for however old you are. Maybe you've always been like the old soul kind of person. You're probably the kind of person that people rely on for advice. Maybe people tend to open up to you a little bit too early in the relationship. You have this sort of just older energy that people usually trust. People see a lot of good in you. And that's how this person feels. Even though you may have had problems in the past, or they just feel this weird hesitancy around you, they still recognize that you have a lot of good in you. They see what you've done with your life, what you've done with other people's lives. They see just the intelligence you have, and they really admire that. They want to make it work because they want to be a part of that, right? They want to feel the way that you make other people feel. So they are willing to work on this connection or these problems that they may have with you because they want it to last in the long run. And I think that's all I'm picking up there. So I'll end your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, leave a comment down below. If it didn't, leave a comment as well. I love any and all feedback. I'm open to it all. I'm trying to get back into recording YouTube videos, so hopefully I will see you in the next few days. As long as I don't start slacking again, which won't happen. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, maybe subscribe. I would appreciate that a lot. And yeah, I feel like I had something else to say. Oh yeah, if you have any ideas for content, any questions you may want to ask for the tarot cards, maybe specifically, if you have any picker cards you want to see, please let me know in the comments below and I'd be happy to make a video on it. Other than that, have a great rest of your night. or afternoon or morning or whatever time it is for wherever you are. And I hope you have, I just said that. Hope you have a great day. I love you all very much.